And paid me $1,500 to go over the road with him for a weekend. He was a truck driver. And I did. This is around the time that I was dancing. It was this one guy who would come to the club probably every Saturday or Sunday. He was a truck driver. He told me in the conversation that we had when he ended up buying me a double shot of Hennessy one day. So when he came to the club this one week, he told me, I'll pay you $1,500 if you come on the road with me for a weekend. So I was like, $1,500, make it $1,750, and I do. And he did. So he ended up giving me half the money. Then he said, I'll give you the rest of the money when you hop on the road with me. So I was like, shit, why not? Okay. So I ended up telling him that he was going to have to pay my mama to babysit my baby for me. And he asked me how much to pay my mama. And I told him he had to give my mama $250. So I ended up asking my mama if she'd be willing to watch my baby for the weekend for $250. And she said, yeah. I drove my baby in my car to my mama's, and I told him to come and pick me up from my mama's house because that's where I'll be leaving my car for the weekend. He came and picked me up. He had a big ass Ford F-150. He came and picked up, and we ended up going to the place where he, get his rig from or whatever. And we ended up hopping on the road. As soon as we hopped on the road, as soon as I seen that welcome to Mississippi sign, I ended up telling him, I want my fucking money. So he started laughing. He tell me, girl, you gonna get your money. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing to you. So I'm like, boom. As we driving on the road, we was driving, I don't know, maybe like 6 hours. And I was tired, so I decided to go to the back of the rig and go to sleep in the bed that he had. So I ended up waking. He was listening to some R&B. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. So I went back up there and sat on the seat with him. He ended up asking me, was I hungry? I told him, yeah. We stopped, pulled over, and we got something to eat. And he hopped back on the road. Now, as we done eating our food or whatever, keep in mind, he eating and drinking. I don't think he's supposed to, but he would. When we stopped eating or whatever, I got tired and the bitch got the ice. I went back to the back and laid down. By the time I ended up waking back up, we was like an hour away from South Carolina. So he ended up unbuttoning his pants while he was driving and asked me, could I suck? I'm like, do what? He asked me, could I suck? And keep in mind, he was a nice looking truck driver, older man. So I ended up going over there on his side of the seat.
Y'all women got issues. This is why men think y'all for sale. This is why y'all men think y'all for sale. Y'all doing stuff like this. This is a terrible look. If this is a life you want to live, don't put it on social media. I'm sorry. You got little girls watching this stuff. You got people watching this stuff. You are better than that. You are celebrating and talking about a story about you giving head to a man because you got paid for it. This is why men don't respect women. This is it right here. This is it. Y'all women that's doing this got issues. Got daddy issues. You got father issues. You got some type of issues to think that it's cool to get paid by a random stranger to ride with him for 2 days just so you can be a hoe. This is prostitution. A lot of y'all women on social media is selling. Why should a man respect you? They could just buy you. You become an object. We don't care about your feelings. I just pay for you. That's what y'all getting treated like. But then y'all want to be treated like human beings, but you're not acting like a human being. You're acting like a product. You acting like somebody that don't care about their life. You up for sale. This is why men ain't fucking with y'all. It's because y'all up for sale. A good amount of y'all that's on social media talking about you want money. I got to have a man to give me money before. What you think he going to expect if he give you some money? Not a handshake, not a friendship, not a high five. He expected something else. And then what happens if you don't do it? You think you going to make it alive? Come on. Be better than this. This is sick. You got $2,000 and this is what you got to do. You got to be a hoe for a weekend. Don't even know him. Met him at the strip club. Y'all women need to stop becoming property. Y'all making yourself property because if a man pay for that, he not expecting nothing less. He not trying to hear no. If you don't have no respect for yourself, why should he respect you? He paid for you. You are property. Stop acting like property. Stop saying I need money from a man before I can do this and go out. You become property. Be better. But this is why men ain't willing to put in the time for y'all and get to know y'all. All I got to do is give you some money and have a great time with you for a weekend. Y'all become property. Y'all become hoes. Y'all become low-key prostitutes. I ain't gonna lie. You a prostitute. If I got to pay for your time to be around me, you a prostitute. That's what it is. So why should a man respect you if you don't respect yourself? This is what you put on social media about yourself. Pay you and I give you a good time for 2 days. This is crazy. I saw this and I was like, I got to talk about this because young girls see this on TikTok and they say, "Oh, for me to get money, I got to be a hoe. I got to be a prostitute." This is what y'all celebrate. That's the crazy part. This is what y'all celebrate is stuff like this. So these young women see this and they say, "Damn, for me to make it in this world, I got to be a hoe. I got to be a prostitute. I can't say no if somebody pay for my time. I got to do this. All I'm worth is whatever he gives me." This is why men ain't fucking with y'all. This is why. This is why men don't care about women. This is why men say, just pay her. She'll do whatever that I want her to do because I own you. Stop treating yourself like property. This is why you're treated like property because you're treating yourself like property. Prostitute.
And I did what was asked. So I end up, don't care what you call it. Let me get the rest of my money. He ended up going in his wallet and he gave me the rest of my money. And he actually gave me a couple extra hundreds on top of it. We ended up making it to South Carolina. He ended up picking up the load. He ended up dropping it off in North Carolina. He also had a load to pick up in North Carolina, but there was a little standby wait time. And what we do on that standby wait time, he ended up hitting it from the back in the back of the rig in the bed that he had back there. So when we ended up sitting back down, he done picked up the load from North Carolina. Finally, we headed back to Memphis. In my mind, I'm wondering, did this man just pay me to be a weekend prostitute?
Yep.
Did he just pay me?
Sure did.
$1,700 to sleep with me while we was on this road? On the way back to me, we made way more stops than we did when we was going. So he did clap some cheeks a few more times. And a few more times as well. So when we ended up getting back home, I ended up counting my money and he ended up giving me a total of about $2,000 for a 2-day weekend.
$1,000 a day. That's all you worth. Your self-dignity is only worth $1,000 a day. And we celebrate this. We celebrate this. You a cheap hoe. And you celebrating this. This is why women, young women, need better role models. This is why women need fathers in their life. This is why women need even a good mother in their life. Because y'all run astray and then you start chasing money. Then you start chasing attention. Then you start chasing things that you shouldn't be chasing and doing things you shouldn't be doing. You become a hoe, become a prostitute. You become a slave to the money because you are making bad decisions. But this is what we see. This is what gets celebrated. We don't celebrate women going and get their degrees or women being married and being submissive to their man. No, I'm independent. You're not independent if you out there riding in trucks doing a deed for $2,000. That's it. Good amount of women are turning into prostitutes. But they take offense if you call them a prostitute. That's what you're doing. You're getting money for a service. That's what we do. Be better than that, then you'll be treated better than that. Have some self-dignity. If you don't, then why would a man respect you? A man respects what is given and what they see from the woman. If you don't have respect for yourself, I don't need to have respect for you. That's how men think, logical. If you don't care, why should I care? This is sad, though. This is what some little girl is looking at right now that's just got 18 and got onto TikTok, and this is what she sees. This is why we have to protect our youth. This is why we have to get them standards early. This is why we got to tell them, our young little girls as men, I don't want you to be no hoe. And the reason why is because X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to teach you to respect yourself early and understand that you're beautiful. Nobody can pay for what's between your legs. That's our job as men to these young little girls. Because if we don't do that, they're going to be like this. Proud that they made $1,000 a day. Getting penis and giving head, and she's actually proud that she got $1,000 a day. She needs help.